When is quitting the right thing to do? I'm Rhonda Pick, and today I'm sharing one of the decision-making frameworks that helped me adopt a growth mindset. Stick around to discover what it is and how it might help you spark, pivot, and grow. When was the last time you strategically quit? The concept of quitting often has a negative association. However, I've learned it's highly beneficial to know when quitting strategically is the right decision. In the past decade, I've strategically quit 3 times. This strategic quitting has allowed me to pivot harder and faster into true growth opportunities that align with my why. Strategic quitting has allowed me to grow my skills, knowledge, and expertise more rapidly than during the previous 10 years of my career combined. Not all opportunities are created equal, and our time is limited. Quitting the wrong opportunities early frees up time and energy to pursue the right opportunities for growth with laser focus. Be choosy about where you invest your time. Let's talk about the 2 common curves. I became curious about strategic quitting in 2012, 1 year after pivoting into my first managerial role. I sought fresh thinking and ideas about assessing career opportunities more strategically and effectively. That's when I discovered the book, The Dip by Seth Godin, one of my favorite authors. In The Dip, Godin describes 2 common curves that exist: the dip and the cul-de-sac. Let's explore each of these curves in more detail. Curve number 1, the dip. On the journey from starting to mastery, Godin notes that the beginning is fun. It involves rapid learning, and you can easily stay engaged and see some modest results. Then as you hit the dip, things get harder, more efforts required, and your results drop. As you work through the dip, you build more skills, achieve mastery, and achieve your highest results. According to Godin, the dip is a long slog that's actually a shortcut because it gets you where you want to go faster than any other path. Now let's compare this to the other curve. Curve number 2, the cul-de-sac. Dead end is the French translation for the phrase cul-de-sac. Godin notes that nothing significant changes over time in the second curve, regardless of how much you work. He says it doesn't get a lot better, it doesn't get a lot worse, it just is. According to Godin, there's not a lot to say about the cul-de-sac, except to realize that it exists and to embrace the fact that when you found one, you need to get out of it fast. The dead end is keeping you from doing something else. The opportunity cost of investing your life in something that's not going to get any better is just too high. Let's talk about the dip concept in practice. Here's a real-world example. In 2015, I recognized that I was parked in a cul-de-sac professionally. While the signs did not appear evident to others, I knew that was my reality. The opportunity cost of waiting to pursue my dip to be a global content marketing strategist full-time was simply too high. I couldn't afford to wait any longer. It was time for me to get brave and strategically quit to pursue my next dip. A few key factors contributed to my decision. Factor number 1. It had been 4 years since I'd pivoted into a newly created global communications manager role. While some aspects of that job matched my why, specifically the opportunity to work in global marketing, global agriculture, and digital communications, other core aspects of that job were a poor fit, specifically the ever-growing work of managing internal corporate communications. Factor number 2. During those first 4 years in my role as Global Communications Manager, I worked hard with strong support from my internal colleagues and external agency partners. I stayed laser focused on the primary mission the organization needed from me at the time in that role, which was to establish and grow a high-performing global communications function to support rapid global business growth. I understood that the table stakes of the corporate communications and traditional public relations functions needed to exist within the organization before an investment would be made in establishing a content marketing function. Fast forward to 2015, with a sound global communications framework firmly in place, I knew it was an ideal time for the organization to either promote or hire someone else to step into my existing global communications manager role. Factor number 3. One of my first big moves as global communications manager in 2011 was officially launching a new global corporate website, one that would later be recognized with a Best Science Website Web Award. As excited as I was about launching the site, I knew for the website to be genuinely effective from a marketing standpoint and helpful to our customers, we were missing a vital piece of the puzzle, a corporate blog with strong organic search visibility. Fast forward to 2015, with a solid corporate communications function established, I knew there was a void within the global marketing structure. I recognized the organization needed to extract more global marketing value from its marketing and research investment, a gap that matched well with my mission of accelerating B2B content marketing excellence and my commitment to spending 100% of my time as a global content marketing strategist. With all of these factors in mind, I went to work making the business case and pitch after pitch for strategically quitting my role as global communications manager and recommending the creation of a new additional global marketing content strategist role within the team. I knew I couldn't wait any longer to pursue my next dip of becoming a global content marketing strategist. I had to act. Eventually, I was able to pivot into a newly created global content marketing strategist role within that team. I spent the next 3+ years establishing and growing a global content marketing function to support business growth, including an award-winning corporate blog with high search visibility and strong social media amplification. For over a decade, I've used the decision-making model outlined in The Dip by Seth Godin to assess various situations, both opportunities and challenges, in my professional and personal life. While my earlier example outlined a big decision, quitting a job, I found the concept to be equally relevant when assessing more straightforward choices. Using this model forced me to take a real, honest assessment of where I was compared to where I wanted to be professionally. Armed with extreme clarity surrounding my desired future path, I was able to formulate an effective action plan and get out of that cul-de-sac. This put me in the driver's seat to chart an accelerated growth path for my career, a path that would spark my entrepreneurial spirit in 2019 when I quit my corporate job and founded my B2B marketing consulting company. If you're curious where to go from here when exploring the topic of strategic quitting, here are 3 key questions to ask. When you look at the 2 curves, the dip and the cul-de-sac, which one matches your current state? What do you need to quit strategically? What's your next dip? Are you a B2B leader looking for ideas and insights about how to elevate marketing's contribution to business performance, growth, and innovation? Be sure to subscribe to Align and Grow for the latest updates about B2B marketing for growth.